throne room. But a few days ago, she was spending all of her time in that bleak little overseer chapel. What's afoot? What's she working on?
She probably found it funny, using the chapel as a studio, mixing pigments where those fools used to preach their nonsense. But she moved to the throne room once she was ready to start her new painting.
Always exciting.
I can use the elevator to reach Delilah up in the throne room.
All the spheres beyond. Go sneak a peek of it, if you dare. Next time, I'll try it with a waxing gibbous. If that doesn't do it...
Alright, Overseer.
I'm not done with you!
I saw you! No use hiding.
Ready your thorns, ladies! Any sign of him? Certain he's still around. Gotta be careful.
Looks like he got away. Good riddance.
What?
Now I'm jumpy. Same things as show. Monsters back.
Let me help you. Too late.
Looks like he got
No
away.
use.
Good riddance.
Stay. Focus.
Hello.
Be
Better
prepared.
search the room very carefully. Is it you again? Show yourself! Let me help you!
To restore power to the elevator, I'll have to reach the security room.
Times. You have to learn the words and say them just right. Otherwise the spell won't work. No matter how many goose feathers you've gathered. Got away. Huh?
Next time.
Bit peckish. Could use a muffin. Maybe there's a nice tin of hagfish in the cupboard.
Of course, I gathered them at
That
dawn.
wasn't mutton.
When else?
I don't care what anybody says. I know mutton. And that was.
Air feels damp, heavy.
like a man, but not like a man.
Oil runs through its veins, rendered from the fat of leviathans from the deep, icy waters.
It has nothing to do with our mistress's magic. Not touched by the void at all. Could we make one of bones, I wonder? Like the grave hounds.
Delilah could, with Brianna's help. She was always oh so clever with the bones of things.
To the throne room.
Burning grease on the air, sister.
Must be our mistress. Tower machinery.
The belly rumble of machines digesting oils from the great leviathans of the deep.
We should see who tampers with the dead metal things.
Who's there?
General detection state. Indicate some detection without certainty.
is there a tree in the middle of the chapel? Delilah's new painting sounds dangerous, but I might be able to sabotage it. With more corrupt runes, maybe I could turn Delilah's painting against her.
Detection registered.
Huh. Let me help you.
She mean she's Delilah's favorite. She can't know that.
You will take me back and die at my hands. Dead and gone. Such a tragedy. Somewhere out there, Jessamine's pining fool is working against you.
What has Delilah done to the throne?
Before your time.
So she'd replace all the world with this.
So gullible. are you? Don't. When you do that, can you feel the void inside you? Like falling forever. So you're back. I'll find you. Take from me. In return, I'll take back. Oh. Your little toy is useless now. On their tongues, passing across their lips. My people love their empress. Draw blood through the bruise, catch a sleep and empress in return, I will take back. Formed on their tongues, passing across their lips.
any more havoc, Delilah. Emily.
Father, what happened?
Take it easy. I'll explain everything.
And so the Duke fell, and in his place rose up a man of the people. Paolo had come into the world with nothing, and knew the lives of the least privileged. Sometimes power shouts, and sometimes it whispers. In Dunwall, with the death of Delilah Copperspoon, her coven lost its power, and their short-lived coup came to an end. The rightful Empress returned to the throne and began extinguishing the fires across her city. So it was that Emily the Just, Emily the Clever, would fulfill her destiny, ruling for decades over a mended empire with Corvo at her side. In his day, Anton Sokolov fired the engines of industry, hurtling the empire into a more sophisticated age. He dallied with nobles, wayward artists, and great inventors alike, drinking in all that life could offer. Leaving Dunwall for the last time, he headed to the cold north, contented at last, on a final voyage to take him home. There are things that never change, no matter how hard you try. Questions you must answer. As Megan Foster faded from the world, Billy Lurk stepped from her shadow, setting out to discover her truest self, and seeking the closest thing she'd ever known to family.
Alright guys, I'm back, and that was the end of Dishonored 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this playthrough as much as I did. I really enjoyed Dishonored 2. I think it was a great sequel to the original Dishonored, which is still one of my favorite games. As to which one I think is better, I think I'm gonna go with the original on this one, just because, like, I guess that's just the first one, and it was still new at the time, so it's still new, I guess, so I guess it just has that going for it. But, like, I still loved Dishonored 2. I think the story was a bit better, much less predictable than the original Dishonored, and I did really love, like, the new gameplay mechanics, some of the new powers that you got as Corvo. I have not tried out Emily yet. I'm gonna try her out soon. Maybe I'll upload that as well, do, like, an alternate thing. But I was a fan of the new powers. I did like the new settings in Serkonos. but it did feel at the same time a little bit more of the same, like the game structure and I don't want to say the story, but I guess like how it kind of flowed from level to level was very similar to the original Dishonored, in that it was, you were given a task, go out, do it, come back, fall asleep, do the task, come back, fall asleep. Like, it was the same kind of structure, and that kind of was like, alright, this is structured very similarly to the original Dishonored. Are you going to try anything new? Again, they did try the new stuff with the gameplay. The gameplay was still great as always. That was always one of my favorite stuff about the original Dishonored back in from the 2012 Dishonored game. But this one, while the new gameplay was still refreshing, the structure, I guess, of the game just kind of felt a little too similar. And like, they didn't really try anything new outside of the gameplay and the powers, and they kind of stuck to the same story structure with a different story. It was still very fun to play. The setting was still great with Sarkonos. It offered a different perspective than just the regular Empire that we got in the original game. But again, I just can't shake the feeling that it was just a little more of the same. But overall, I really can't complain, and like the original Dishonored, this has a lot of replay value. As you saw, I tried my best to do low chaos ending, because in my original Dishonored recording, I just went out and killed almost every single guy, and I got a high chaos, and it led to one of the bad endings. And this one, I tried my best, even on the first go around, to try and cause a low amount of chaos, kill very few people, knock them unconscious, hide the body, and just try and stay undetected. And yeah, there were the moments where like I didn't do so good in that regard, but I think for the most part I did good, and I ended up getting that low chaos ending. And what I'm thinking is I'm gonna go now and play Emily, try her out, but you know, pretty much just kill everyone inside and cause a huge amount of chaos and see what happens when I get that ending. But as for this go around, I really did enjoy it. It was very fun to play, has a shit ton of replay value, just like the original Dishonored. The story kind of felt the same. No, the story was different, but the story structure felt the same. But I did like the new settings, the game levels, and the new powers, even for Corvo. Even though a lot of them were the same, there were still some new powers to it, as well as like additional aspects to some of the original powers. So that was a nice touch to it. Overall, I really did enjoy this game, and I'm not sure if there's ever going to be a Dishonored 3. Probably not, because I think Corvo would this is already set like 15 or so years after the original Dishonored. I don't know like how much further they can go into the future, and Corvo's not going to get any younger. But so this may be it for the Dishonored. I don't know what Arcane Studios is going to do. Maybe they will make it Dishonored 3. Who knows? Probably won't be for several more years. But until then, we got Prey to look forward to, which will be coming out in 2017. Really looking forward to that. But as for Dishonored 2, great game. Really enjoyed it. Has a ton of replay value. And I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you around.